Hello, my name is Quintella White. I started this podcast to motivate and encourage individuals diagnosed with various medical health challenges. With a personal diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, I aim to inspire individuals of all ages to reclaim their dreams and redefine their lives in spite of their disabilities. Welcome to Motivation Station, hosted by myself, Quintella White. Hey y'all, I'm back. Welcome to episode 14 Motivation Station. And yes, I'm still excited. I hope you all are feeling wonderful today. I hope you all are feeling great today. Happy Wednesday. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Don't forget to comment, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thanks in advance. Let me start out by apologizing. I have been missing for 2 weeks now. I do apologize, and I'm back, and I'm still excited. Let's go. Our topic for today is going to be finding your why. That's it. Finding your why. And when I say finding your why, that means finding your purpose. What you are supposed to be doing, why you're here, what you're good at, your purpose for your individual life. That's what I mean when I say finding your why. Let's go. Okay. I have several whys for myself personally. Several of them. But again, when I was dealing with being diagnosed with MS, and I would assume any other medical condition, I put them all together. Sometimes when we are diagnosed with these medical conditions, we allow them to stop us in our tracks. We allow a medical condition that we are just diagnosed with. That's it. Remember, I'm going to repeat it again. It doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define your character. It doesn't define your personality, any of that stuff. That's it. It's just a medical condition that you are diagnosed with. That's it. That's all. So, me personally, personal experience again, when I was diagnosed, and I guess really, yes, when I was diagnosed, you just feel hopeless. You feel hopeless, and we've said this time and time again, and I'm going to continue to repeat it. We feel hopeless, we feel lost, and we feel like, why me? And, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing now? If you woke up this morning and you're watching me, you're watching this video, there is a purpose for your life. There's a purpose for your life. You just have to take the time to find out your why. Find out what's your purpose, and you may have several. I know I have several. And I struggle with those for a long time. I can be honest with y'all, and I've shared this before as well. When I had that bad relapse in 2020, it changed the whole dynamics of a lot of things for me. That left me feeling the worst I've ever felt. Literally. So I spent a lot of time like praying. And remember I told y'all faith over fear. I decided to build that closer relationship with God that I am forever grateful for. I spent a lot of time praying and asking God after that horrible relapse in 2020, asking God, okay, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? What's something I'm supposed to be doing? Look every day, praying, asking, just trying to figure it out, asking myself questions, and that's a good. And if you don't know what you are good at, and you don't know what you like to do, sometimes in mine, one of my purposes that God revealed to me, I've been doing it for a long time. I just didn't realize that it was just one of my purposes, but we'll get there. So again, if you're struggling with that, write a list. Write a list of things that you are good at. Write a list of things that you enjoy doing. Write a list of things that start thinking about your day, thinking about your daily day, what you do day to day, your week, how you conduct yourself, how your life, just whatever, how you do whatever. Write those things down. And sometimes one of our purposes could literally be sitting right there in our face and we could just not even realize it. God could have revealed it to you a long time ago and you're not even aware that, oh wow, I'm always doing this. And this is something that I'm good at. And I didn't even realize this is something that I do all the time. It could be one of those situations. And then another good tip could also is if you're struggling with finding out, your purpose, what you should be doing, ask family members, like close, matter of fact, close, whoever you are closest to. It could be family members, friends, like pick people that know you well and ask them, hey, what am I good? What am I good at? Like what's something that I do well, or how do you think I handle, ask them. And again, the people closest to you, they'll be able to, help you and, answer some questions. But hey, I was just praying and asking God for me. So, and I, that's just what I did. So start there and just find out your why. Sometimes, and me too, and this is my personal experience again, I literally let being diagnosed with MS stop me in my tracks. Like, oh, I can't do that, I can't. That's not true. So after praying for a very long time and asking God, what's my purpose, what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, y'all, it's something that it's been something I've been doing for a long time. I actually have two two of my best friends. I have a group of best friends, but it's two of them specifically that have been telling me for a really, really long time that Q, you always, I am not bragging on myself. I'm not. But I have always been that person that my peers, my friends, always come to me for like advice. I've always been the person that passes out the good advice. I've always been the one that everyone calls when they're in trouble. I am really good at convincing someone to put the gun down. I just have a hard. Now my struggle is because I'm not good at everything, but one of my struggles is a lot of times I don't take my own advice. That's my problem. But when it comes to giving advice, giving great pointers, getting people to see the other side, the brighter side, literally, I've always been from middle school, probably from middle school until current, 36 years old. That has always been my role. Like, no, look at getting people to look at the bigger picture. Like, no, that's not, yes, this is what you have going on, but be grateful that, that's just kind of always been my role. Always, always, always. So again, back to two of my best friends. They have literally been telling me for the longest. And along with two of my best friends, my sister as well. So two of my best friends and my sister. They literally have been telling me for the longest to, like share my story a little bit. Like when I speak, people listen. You always helping it. Da, 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 whatever. And when the first friend, shared it with me, like, oh, you need, and I was just like, girl, listen, I'm not doing that. I'm not, and she never said podcast. I don't believe now, don't quote me. She never said podcast, but she just said I needed to find a way to, help others talk, people that, dealing with such a, medical conditions, whatever, whatever. And I was just like, girl, listen, I am not doing that. I'm not, whatever. And I kept like just sweeping it under the rug and moving on, whatever. Then another friend said it, whatever, whatever. And then finally, after I just, kept praying, kept talking to God, just kept trying to see, what am I supposed to be doing in this season? Because after I had the bad relapse, it was just a season where I was just kind of just not mixing around, not doing, so it's kind of just staying a little, just staying a little low key for a little bit. So after I realized, it was revealed to me. God revealed my purpose to me a long time ago, one of my purposes to me a long time ago, but I just wasn't paying attention. And that's what encouraged me to start this podcast. And that's what encouraged me to start talking. I love to talk. I shared that with y'all in my introduction. I love to talk. That is definitely something that I love, something that I enjoy, and something I do a lot of talking. It's me. And again, that's why I decided to start the podcast. And I always wanted to like help others. That's something that I always wanted to do. So when I realized my journey of being diagnosed with MS, I would often say like, "Oh my God, I would love to." Like help someone else along the road. I would love to help someone so that they won't stay in that dark place as long as I did. I would love to encourage someone and show them things that I did and tips that I, utilized to get, so voila. Starting this podcast, Motivation Station, is definitely one of my purposes. Again, from middle school, I've always been the friend that all of my friends call. That it's just, and not bragging on myself, but I'm really good at it. I am really good. I can get, people to see the bigger picture. I can get you to just realize that even though your situation is what it is, you are so blessed and things could be a whole lot worse. But I will say though, when I was going through, now I could be honest, when I was going through after, what was that, about February, March 2020, yeah, around that time, when I was going through now, you can forget. You can forget. And I definitely forgot. Again, I struggle with taking my own advice, a lot. But when I'm actually going through and I'm in that dark room, it's hard for you to see outside. It's hard for you to see outside of that dark room. So I literally, I forgot a lot of things. I forgot a lot of things. So again, God had revealed to me a long time ago when those friends and that family member kept telling me, like, oh, you should share your story. You can help. And I remember specifically quote. One of my friends was like, girl, listen, when you speak, like people listen. They stop to hear what you're saying and, whatever, whatever. So I was just like, yeah. So taking all that and scribe and again. So starting this podcast, Motivation Station, me helping to encourage someone else that's going through, someone else that's having a dark day, someone that, to help someone to not get in that dark place. Literally is definitely one of my purposes, and I know it. I know it Without a doubt, I know it, I know it, I know it. So, not saying that your purpose is to start a podcast or, speak to others. And I would like to, and one of my future goals is I would love to take it to another level. Like I would love to, I don't know. It's not my plan. It's whatever God has in store for me is what it's going to be. But I would love to help others and expand and take it to the next level. The next level in my future is definitely something that I want to do. So find your purpose. Pray. Remember, we spoke about faith over fear, building that closer relationship with God. Start there. Start praying. Start manifesting what you want. Ask those family members and friends, those close people that closest to you. What are some things you are good with, and find your why. Find your purpose. Find what you are good at. Because there is something that you're good at. There is a purpose for you. And if you woke up this morning, it was for a reason. Just have to find it. Don't allow being diagnosed with a medical condition. Don't allow that to rob you of your future. Don't allow that to rob you of fulfilling your dreams. Because remember, we spoke about a few episodes ago. I still can and I still will accomplish all of my dreams. Remember, I still can and I still will accomplish all of my dreams. There is a purpose for my life. Put it out there. Whatever y'all give the universe, remember, you are going to get it back. So that's put it out there constantly. There is a purpose for my life. And even though I shared that one of my purposes was, I love to talk, always talking, podcast. Yours could be on a complete opposite side of the globe. But whatever it is, you are good at something. There's a purpose for your life. There's something that you're good at. Something in spite of being diagnosed with a medical condition. Because remember, I'm going to keep repeating it. Yes, I'm saying it again. That's all it is. There is something you're good at. It could be anything. I don't want to start calling it could be anything. Anything. I don't care what it is, there's a purpose. So, you guys, I want you all to start searching for your why. Manifesting. I am searching for my why and I'm searching for my purpose and I am going to find it. And a lot of times, it literally is right there in the front of us. We don't see. We don't see. Oh, y'all, my little blanket. I'm cold. But a lot of times we don't. It literally could be sitting right in the front of us, and we don't see it. And I know me. Sometimes I talk. I talk too much, and I don't listen. So listen. Like it's there. Keep searching. It is there. Keep searching. Keep praying. I don't care whatever it is. You are good at something. You are. You are. Remember, you are more than a conqueror. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. One last note before we go. I want you guys to remember that your why is the heartbeat of your dreams. Your why, your purpose, is the heartbeat of your dreams. Y'all got this. You can do it. That's it, y'all. Episode 14. We are wrapping up. I promise y'all I won't be missing next week. I'll be here. So, y'all, happy Wednesday again. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And again, my hope and prayers that I am helping you all to along your journey. So, Motivation Station, episode 14. We are out. I will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.